Good morning, everybody. We had a meeting with FERC yesterday to discuss the summer energy market and some reliability assessments for 2023. And I wanted to share with you some of the cool takeaways from this because I see a lot of this news as optimistic. It's not all roses, obviously, but there's some very good things out of here, and I wanted to be a little bit more positive this time. So let's take a look. Let me pull up the first slide here. This one is regarding natural gas prices. Now you can see there's 3 years worth of averages, and for this discussion we're just going to ignore California. I mean, we ignore them a lot anyway, so that's nothing new, right? We'll talk about 2021 average. 2021, it looked like it was about $3, $3.50 across the country at the various hubs. 2022, it shot way up to $7.50 to $8. That's across the board. You can see that right here. The 2023 average is very promising because it's around the $1.50 to $2 mark generally. And what's even better is we pull a lot of our natural gas from this Waha hub, which is right here at about the $1.50 mark. Now, this is encouraging for the entire United States, of course, but it's especially encouraging for us because we've had a lot of discussion about purchased power and purchased fuel adjusters. And the reason they've had to increase is largely because of that 2022 spike in prices, but also because the commission, for better or worse, decided that not adjusting those adjusters during the pandemic and the year following was probably the better thing to do for the customers. Now, I'm not judging the commission. They did what they had to do at the time. But what it did was it started stacking up the debt for the utilities. And just like credit card debt, at a certain point, you have to start paying it off. And that's basically where we are with the utilities. And so we had to make those adjustments that were kind of hard to swallow for us. And now with the gas prices dropping significantly from what was projected even a year ago, that means they can pay off that debt a lot faster. And I'm very encouraged by that. So next, I wanted to share this slide with you. This is changes in drought condition in the West. And why this is encouraging is because Arizona is largely in the white. As you can see right here, white is no drought intensity. California, a lot of the same. Now, are we out of the woods? Absolutely not. Lake Mead's still down. Lake Powell, all of these are still very much in dire need of more water. We're still hoping for a rainy monsoon season and a wet winter. That'll be happening for the next few years, I'm sure. You can't get caught up in one season. But it's very positive outlook, at least for right now, for the southwest United States as a whole. Another slide that I wanted to show you. Electric system risks. Now, the reason I call this a positive is because a lot of these things we're already dealing with. Supply chain disruptions. Yeah, every industry's dealing with it. Luckily, our utilities have gotten past most of the hiccups that I'm aware of as far as major supply chain disruptions. Transformers have come in, things like that. Still issues, of course, but there's some positive outlook on that, at least in Arizona. Factors affecting solar development, yeah, there's material shortages. We can't develop solar here in the United States. There's supply chain disruptions, but overall the solar industry is struggling, and that's what that means. Then we have EPA actions and restrictions. That's always the case. We've been talking an awful lot about the EPA in our water systems lately. It affects the electric industry just as much. So that's a constant battle that everybody has to deal with. One thing that is increasing a bit is physical attacks on the grid. There's been a lot of reports of people with firearms attacking the substations, drones dropping things on it, things like that. So that's an its that we have to be constantly vigilant of, and so that's a little bit of an increase. But then this Diablo Canyon power plant over in California, its license was up in 2024, 2025. So you ask, well, why is this even an issue in 2023? Well, the way it was explained was that if that license wasn't renewed, then they would have to take it out of the calculations, which would have increased the risk. But I believe it was renewed, so this is really a non-issue. So ultimately, all of these things are very good, very positive things, at least right now. I mean, obviously things can change in an instant, but I'm optimistic that things are going to start looking a little bit better this summer, and hopefully that trend continues. That's all I have for now. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.